Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode on the TNT channel, episode 7. And today, we are doing another review this week. It's not a KamenRider review. Today I'm reviewing episode 13 of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Because I've been meaning to do a Power Rangers review for a while now. Like, ever since I started doing this channel, I at least wanted to do, let's say, one episode of a review from Super Ninja Steel. And don't be surprised right now. I already have an opinion of this season, and man, it's not good. But yeah, been meaning to get this out of the way. I want to pick one that would just work for how I record videos, how I do reviews. I wanted to find one that just worked. But this episode does. So today, we are introduced to two new villains on the Warrior Dome. General Tynamon and Brax. Let's talk about their designs really quick. General Tynamon's design, for what I've looked up, he's based on an old style of Japanese theater performer, to which I can see in a way. And alright, like his design, it's pretty dark with, like, it's dark green and whatnot. Like any type of shades of like grayish or dark green. And I guess that's alright. But Brax's design overall, it's a bit mixed on me, since there's the red and the gold. It's not that what bothers me. It's that he has, on the gold side, he has like hands like all over on this side, to which it feels creepy and it just gives you shakes. And that's all. And another quick thing about Brax that I didn't want to forget to mention. His voice sounds so generic. Like it's just, oh, hi, I'm Brax. It's deep like that. Like, he sounds like Goldar's going through puberty. But yeah, like, we get introduced to Tynamon and Brax, and Badana crushes on Brax, say, immediately. And real quick fact there, in the Ninja, their Japanese equivalents were actually mother and son. And with that said, I let any dirty mother and son jokes up to you guys in the comments.
Keep your paws off my fighter, you mink!
Now, Tynamon. The correct term you're looking for is mistress. And after that, like, Badana grabs Tynamon away for a second to say that she knows his secret. And if he doesn't say anything or stop her from hitting on Brax, that she'll tell people. I think I get it. Tynamon must have a small...
And if you don't shut up, I will tell the whole universe.
So after that, the next part of this episode we go to is that we now see the Rangers at school getting results back from a math test.
Oh, a B+?
It's okay, Calvin. Guys who get B's still get bitches. So, as everyone in the class supposedly just got a B or B+, Sarah the Pink Ranger is the only one who gets an A+. Like, how? It's just kind of how. But as Sarah soon gets cocky about it, Mrs. Finch, the teacher of the class, encourages everyone to study hard for part 2 of the test. And what time's it right now? 1:04. Oh, well, you know, it's Victor and Monty time. For today's wacky scheme for whatever, they're idiots. And I am not fucking kidding. Victor and Monty try to bribe their teacher into giving them A's for the test, to which it fails. Good for you, Mrs. Finch. And here's a quick thing about this overall. I understand Victor failing, but why Monty? Like, seriously, how does Monty fail this test? Like, you invented, like, do you know the things that you invented? You invented a powerful ass fan. Like, what else? Like, I'm trying to think of the inventions right now, because Monty invented a powerful ass fan. He also invented a powerful ass magnet. That was the Rangers' downfall in the season 1 finale.
Well, there's no way I can learn it all in one night.
You can. It's called studying. It doesn't have to be everything, but as long as you know enough for tomorrow's test. But moving on, now that Victor and Monty time is over, we see the Rangers are in the park studying, and some random girl comes out of nowhere to ask Levi for an autograph.
When you're done, will you sign for my friends too?
What the heck? Why not? Sorry, guys. Better catch up. Yeah.
What? Wait, what? Didn't Levi get upset about that, like, an episode ago?
Levi! What is it, Chaz? I'm going over to Metro Plaza to meet my friends, and I told them maybe you'd come with me and sign some stuff for them.
You what? Did I say I was gonna do that?
Well, not exactly, but you said you wanted to hang out, right? So, how about it?
Chaz, we're not friends. We know each other. And I'm not going to Metro Plaza with you. So just give me some space, okay?
Like, seriously? And this girl asks for the exact same thing and does straight up the exact same thing. But no, like, when the boy fan did it, it wasn't okay.
When you're done, will you sign for my friends too?
What the heck? Why not? Sorry, guys. Better catch up.
Yeah.
So, with just the 5 of them studying now, Sarah gets a big head about it, saying, "Oh, this test was easy. I don't need to study. Yeah, whatnot." So immediately just blowing off the idea of studying for her test, because why exactly? Getting cocky just because you got good on one test? And while that cockiness is happening, we also notice a buzz cam, and the next we see General Tyzon and Basherbots introducing themselves to the Rangers. And while about to introduce Brax, the Rangers assume that Titamon is talking about himself and saying that he's going to fight them.
Who? You?
He looks like one of my grandma's lawn ornaments.
That was not funny. But Brax comes down, the Rangers morph, they're about to fight him, and...
And here I come too! What?
Seriously?
We're having it out! Let's go! Come on! Come on!
With one hit, Brax is out, like Cartman in any fight ever against Kyle. Like, while retreating, he has Basherbots cover his retreat until he leaves. And with the Rangers taking a step back by this, on their way back to the lab, wondering why Brax was just so easy, and assuming that maybe the Warrior Dome or Galaxy Warriors as a whole are out of better fighters. And once again, Sarah's back with her lax cockiness about it, saying that... And that quick cockiness, that also comes about as they all remember the test tomorrow. So they all leave, they're all going to study, Sarah isn't. And Mick stops her for a moment because these are actual children, and they leave apparently messes of new weapons that they're going to use in the lab, because this show needs us to remember that this is a show about teenagers and they haven't shoehorned it in enough. But about the invention, like, Sarah's working on a new sword called the Superstar Blade. I am not kidding. That is the actual name. But its functionality is supposed to consist the power of all of their, I guess, be as stronger than their Ninja Star Blades and use the power from all of their Ninja Power Stars. And besides working on that sword, Sarah decides to blow that off and to go see a movie. But let's get off of the teenagers for a minute, and let's check on Brax's bitch status. Oh my god. Well, let's check back on that bitch status later, okay? Let's moving on. Like, it's test day. As everyone else gets ready and is prepared, Sarah isn't, and like, she's not prepared at all, because she says that this is not like the test from yesterday. And from all that I remember, that's all that happens, right?
It's time.
Time for what? Like, we've reached the pinnacle of Victor and Monty's antics, right? Like, you're not gonna go anywhere with this show. Like, are you? And you go there.
Oh, come on. That's right. My dad. Hey, we can't help.
This must be the senior class, because that shit wasn't funny. Like, seriously, this show just went there. Like, it literally just went there. It went there. So, with the teacher, Mrs. Finch, aware of this antic, she comes prepared to dick with them by giving the entire class gas masks, and as soon as she goes up to them, they're like, "Oh, my bad, fresh out. If you can leave, you can go ahead and do so, but that's an automatic fail." What? What? I watched this episode like twice. Both times I sat through it wondering, okay, why isn't there anyone that punishes these boys? These boys have been arrested for stealing a cow one episode. But no, with gassing up the whole room, like, they do not get sent to the principal's office or anything. No, this teacher then decides to screw with them. And yeah, what is wrong? There's something wrong with Summer Cove High when it's to treating their delinquent students with discipline, because if James Avery was still alive, rest in peace, Uncle Phil would walk in there and whoop their asses. This show went there with fart jokes. What an ass, just as. But now that that's over, moving on, as that fart orgasm is now over with, the test is over, everyone gets their test back, and a fart orgasm. But as the test is over, Sarah's not really all that happy with what she got back.
I got an F. It was not fair for Mrs. Finch to make today's test so much harder than yesterday.
And just like a teenager, she won't say it to the teacher's face.
Now, did I say that today's test was going to be easy? No. No, Sarah. Some tests are tougher than others, just like the challenges that we face in life. Today's test was tough. So I suggest that next time, you come prepared.
And so, as Mick calls the Rangers to tell them that Brax is now out in the rock quarry because this is Power Rangers and rock quarry plus monsters equals shut up. Anyway, Brax lures them into a trap into which he now realizes, no, as the Rangers now realize that he's an actual threat, and he walks through them. Like, I am not kidding. They immediately get fucked over so hard that they retreat. And, yeah.
I thought you said Brax was a weakling!
Shut up, Redbot, you rip-off Robo Redzord. Now, realizing Brax's farce, the Rangers admit to slacking off and now they wonder what are they going to do now about Brax. You could just fight him seriously next time?
Just like I did in math class. This is exactly what Mrs. Finch said.
Why are you now quoting Mrs. Finch?
Some tests are tougher than others, just like the challenges we face in life.
Oh my goodness, why didn't I realize this earlier? Mrs. Finch is Obachan from KamenRider Kabuto.
What's Kate?
Mrs. Finch said to come prepared.
おばあちゃんはこう言ってた。天の道を行き、すべてを司る男。
Now gaining inspiration from Mrs. Finch / Obachan to finish the Superstar Blade, Brody comes up with a plan we have to prepare for it so the next time we lure him out and we take him down, which is completely unexplainable. That plan almost doesn't make any sense because we don't get any details on it. All we see next is that the Rangers are training or playing Three Ninjas, and the Superstar Blade is completed, and it can now work with the Lion Fire Star. That's about it. But the whole thing about Brody having a plan, why was that part even necessary? You could, either way, the Superstar Blade is completed. Great! We almost forgot to talk about that right now. The Superstar Blade. Immediately seeing this sword before, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say something about this sword. It's a 4th of July saber, basically, because it's red and blue, but does not have white, so thank God. But, I don't know. I guess I prefer the regular swords more. And maybe maybe all 3 of the buttons actually serve functionality, except for 2, unlike the actual sword. When this show came out, I did not let that go. So, the Rangers the Rangers now step out to fight Brax, and that fight happens. Brax is still proven to be formidable against them, but the Rangers are still able to wear him out, to where they can now use the Superstar Blade with the Lion Fire Ninja Star in it to take him out. With the sword being used, Sarah's able to take him down. That's great, because now they're ready to defeat him. And while that happens, they're able to actually attack and defeat Brax. But let's check the time again, guys. It's currently 1:43. Coda, know what time that is? That's right, buddy. It's time for a monster to grow. So, Badana, wanting to get laid, decides to make Brax grow. And so the Rangers summon their Megazords, the Ninja Steel Megazord, and the Blaze, the Ninja Blaze Megazord too, to face Brax, and they're not doing bad. They're actually doing well against them.
The world's handsomest monster needs some help. I know just what to do. Skullgators!
That's enough, Madonna!
I've had it. Somebody do something about her ovaries. Good God. So, Badana, as horny as she is, she summons a bunch of Skullgators to come out and protect Brax against the Rangers. Doesn't matter anyway, because Brax then retreats back to the ship while the Rangers take care of the Skullgators. Easy job. And that's that Megazord battle. Although I will say this, it was impressive about seeing them actually use their auxiliary Zords to beat them, all in a motion at a time. Like, first the Rumble Tusk Zord, then the Astro Zord, then that Subsurfer Zord. Seeing all those Zords come out and attack them, that was cool. And, I don't know. I won't hate on that. I definitely won't hate on that. That was at least cool to see. And with the battle over, final scene, the Rangers, well, Sarah finds Mrs. Finch and apologizes for her behavior. And the apology is then good enough for Mrs. Finch to let her retake the test again. And then all's well that ends well, right?
I'm starving.
Auntie, you're eating more beans?
What? Carpentry is hard work. Don't worry. I'm not gonna...
This isn't good.
You know, I actually realized this sooner in the episode. Victor and Monty are like James Bond Jr. and IQ. One is, well, one's more the shonen, one's more the action guy. Well, one's more the action guy, and the other one's an intelligent dumbass that could kill anyone with his own dumb shit experiments. I don't know if I'd call Victor much. I don't know if I call Victor much of an action guy, but Monty can kill himself through his own science. But overall, this episode sucks. Sarah alone is the worst character in this episode. She is irresponsible, carefree, lazy, and absent-minded. And this is not the first time in this series where she's shown, and this is not the first time in this series, or no, well, in this show, in this whole season, that she's shown such a backwards attitude to what she had last year. And the whole episode as a whole, it's completely note by note in the adaptation from the Ninja episode for when Brax's Japanese equivalent was introduced to the show. It's directly like that, word for word, and same circumstances, except it's not as watered down and actually meant more. Overall, this is a bad episode because, I'm sorry, fart jokes aren't funny. In certain cases, they are, depending on where. Either you're at home and you're trying to gross out a partner or anything. But good God, this is a good... It's like, that was not the right place and time for fart jokes to be funny. And And when I said that this must be the senior class, I say that because not one person was laughing at that, like, at all. Like, if that was in a room full of freshmen and sophomores, then you would get a couple of chuckles. But other than that, it was just no. And good God, this was just a bad episode. Right, Coda? Right. Anyway, so that's been today's episode of the TNT channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. All right, Coda, let's go.